Hey guys, it's Chris from Smithy Fitness. Welcome back. Well, this is unusual, right? Here I am, I'm in my office. I'd rather be outside talking to you today, but it's snowy and it's cold and the wind's blowing and I tried making a video a little while ago and the camera just kind of seized up on it partway through. So anyway, I want to tell you a story. It's a quick story, but it's a good one. It's interesting. So I joined this new club about 4 months ago. Beginning of September I joined. And I'm doing the Olympic lifts, and I was working one day on the snatch from hang. And I'll show you an example of that right here. So the snatch from hang it's a complicated lift. It takes quite a lot to pull it off, even though it's over in less than a second or about a second. There's a lot going on. You got to dip and you got to throw it hard. And when you're ready to throw the bar, you really don't know where it's going to go. I mean, you're hoping you're going to catch it, but when it's a heavy weight, it's easy to miss those lifts. Anyway, I was working on snatch from hang. And this other fellow comes up and he goes on a neighboring platform and he's probably 50 and he's doing snatch from hang. And he got all the way up to 130 pounds. Now, if you know the gym, you know that the two 45-pound weights and the bar equals 135 pounds. So 135 is a little bit of a milestone, and this guy was at 130, and I talked to him a little bit and, told him he looked good, and he said, yeah, I'm at 130 and I can hit 130 all day, but I haven't made 135, and that's my goal for the end of the year. Well, this was September, and the goal was for December 31st, so lots of time. And I said, well, yeah, I think you can do it. Good luck. And anyway, I'm working away on my own. I only went to 120 that day. I was just, which actually isn't bad, but I was just coming back from not having done the lifts for a while. And I was gradually moving up over the ensuing months, and I would see him probably once a month. I bumped into him again in October, and he worked up to 130, and he didn't go to 135. He said, no, I'm not quite ready, but I'm getting there. And I said, cool, man, you can do it. You can do it. You just got to commit to it. Now I'm at 125 myself, or 130 at that point. And then I see him again in November, or a few weeks later, whatever it was. And again, he only worked up to 130, and by that time I'm at 135. And I said, well, come on, you can do it. You just got to commit to it. And he said, I know I can do it. It's a little bit of a mental block. He said, I missed it once before and it didn't feel very good, but I'm going to do it by December 31st. So through the month of December, I hit 135 and I hit 140, which was actually really good. That's a good number for me. Most I've ever done is maybe 145 or 148 or something. Anyway, I saw him in January. So I didn't see him for probably 5 or 6 weeks. And I saw him in January 2nd or whatever it was. And I said, hey, how you doing? Good to see you. And he's working away at hang snatch again. And I asked him, I said, did you hit it? Did you get your 135? He said, no, I got busy in December and blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, did you try? And he said, no. And I said, dude, how can you not try? It's okay to fail, right? But you gotta try. You've gotta at least try. And he's kind of, well, I know, and I was going to, but we went on a ski trip and my wife was, blah, blah, blah. And I said, come on, And I was being nice about it, as nice as I could be, but I was chiding him a bit because he deserved it, frankly. I said, look, what would you have to at least give it a try. And he said, I know. I said, for your manhood, for your masculinity, it's okay to fail. I failed lots of times there. I failed a few times at 135, a whole bunch of times at 140, sometimes at 130. And it is embarrassing, I have to tell you. At this gym, almost nobody does these lifts, so it makes a lot of noise if you drop the bar. But nobody cares. Everybody's doing their own thing. And that's what I told him. I said, nobody gives a shit, man. Just, you got to do this for you, for your ancestors. I mean, you make a promise, you've got to at least try. There's no shame in failing. It's just, it's a lesson. I used to say to my son when we went to weightlifting together that there's knowledge, there's value in the miss. When you go for a lift and you miss it, you learn something. You learn how it felt to try it. You learn what that weight felt like. And so the next time, it's not as uncertain, let's say. You go, well, at least I tried it before and I didn't die when I missed, so it gives you some confidence. So look, the lesson here is you gotta try. You've gotta get in the arena, right? Especially if you make a promise to yourself, you've gotta give it a go. Come hell or high water, you've really gotta at least try, or some guy like me is gonna make fun of you. And even worse, somebody else will look at you and not say anything and will think, geez, what's with that guy? He does the same weight every time. So, moral of the story is you've got to get in the arena. You've got to give it your best shot. There's no shame in failing. But, I mean, come on. Let's go for it and make your ancestors proud. Okay, just a quick story here from my office. Hope you're doing well, and I will talk to you in the next one.